Well, yeah, the acoustics are just awesome. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Check, audio check, 1, 2. Whoa. Check, audio check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Rodeo family runs deep.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
That comes from passion, grit, pride, and respect. It's an unbridled force that makes you feel alive. Family forever.
We decided that we would put an arena in, and so this is our field of dreams.
Oh, yeah. Check, audio check, 1, 2.
Easy to set up, it's durable, and I can rope in my backyard. It's nice to have an option like Red River to buy, be able to put up,
Hey.
organize it however you want with extra panels, and take it with you if you ever have to leave.
Not only are they heavy, I haven't had a bull be able to tear them up at all.
Audio check, 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Check, audio check, 1, 2.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. What's up, everybody? Major League umpire Jordan Baker and Will Loomis. Big guy, big guy. And hope if she gets here.
Approaching the halfway mark, the 50-yard line, the back nine, and other cliches. Time for episode number 5 of 10 RümpChät Live 2022. This plus-size episode. The big guys, the gentle giants of our game of podcasts. But first, the two guys who may or may not tell you the same story for the third time over the next hour or so. Josh Hambone Hilton and the Rump Shaker, Justin Rumford. Hello, men.
Hey, here you go, boys. Have some minutes and listen sunglasses.
Polarized for your pleasure.
Good hands, boys. Hi, good Tuesday. Monday. It's Monday.
Someone's got a case of the Mondays.
The Mondays. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you, Jacob, for that wonderful introduction. And let's get right into it. We got a cool show today.
Right.
But last night, well, everybody knows that there's a long-haired bear background that has broken the internet.
The internet is officially broken.
Yeah, a little bit of drama. He's been fined about $3,000. It was just $2,000 just last night, dropping another F-bomb.
Everybody on social media, though, had something to say about it. But I want to come to his defense a little bit. Dude, that kid is 19 years old. He's in great shape. He's hopped up on adrenaline. He wants to win. You know, when I was 19, I did some stupid stuff. I stole a cop car in Alva, Oklahoma when I was 19. Thank God there wasn't the internet back then. You know, I didn't have time for it. But, you know, teenagers aren't smart. And I don't mean that rude.
It's just a fact.
I tell my nephews that all the time. I love my nephews, Jaden and Jace. I love them like my own children, but they're just dumb. Okay.
Well,
so it's hard for. Can you imagine being here at 19?
Look at our pro sports. I mean, how many football games do we watch where coaches are, you know, you can see the F word mouthed and all this stuff. And I mean, even microphones pick it up. So I get that, but we're not the NFL. We're not the NBA. We're professional rodeo. We have class. So,
but sometimes you see the F word.
I see the F word all the time, but I am not in the arena.
I mean,
Thompson Mack.
Oh my God, it's the F word. He said the F word.
Do you think that every guy that's ever ridden in there didn't agree with the score he got? So a lot of guys don't agree with it.
The thing about it is, even if you see it,
you got to go out back and do it, man.
It's not like
the way it is in rodeo.
It's not like it's going to ruin your life. Okay, like you two boys, how old are you two right there? You're 12. No, it's
12 and 13.
12 and 13. But I mean, if you see a cowboy accidentally say a bad word, you would think, man, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to be a terrible person. That happens, right, boys? Thank you.
It's called barn talk. I would talk like that in the barn, but not up in the house by mama.
I've heard my mom.
In the Thompson Mack Arena.
My mom said
it will cost you money.
My mother, who's never said a bad word her whole life, one time got kicked by a mule that we were breaking, and she said the F word. And guess what? I still love my mom. It happens.
Like potty mouth.
There's Lou Holtz, famous coach,
Lou Holtz
said in one of his interviews, if you don't get fired up, if you don't cry, if you don't have emotion, then you don't love the game enough. This rocker, man, he just loves what he does, and he's excited. And I wish everybody would just give this man a little grace. Okay? So,
well, what it is it's everybody who doesn't like the way he dresses, his hair, the jewelry that is not like him. They're piling on now because he's proved them wrong.
Yeah.
Because he's an amazing bareback rider, especially for his age. He's outstanding. I mean, he set a new world record, for Pete's sakes, on a 2-time world champion bucking horse. Nobody can argue that. So now they're getting proven wrong, and so now everything that they have said before, they're piling on. Yeah. This is what Facebook does, and it's everybody who's doesn't come out here because for whatever reason, and it's where they can be involved.
And I want to tell you this. This is my opinion. I'm entitled to it. The thing about it is,
you're entitled.
Shut up. The thing about it is I think he's good for Rocker's good for rodeo. Tots right here. But you know what?
Rump's party.
I have never seen you at a loss of words. Me and Bone fight over who talks sometimes, but last night Hambone could not talk. He got flat out of things to say.
Well, I had a lot of things to say, but in that situation, being new to that place, I didn't know how far I could go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was somewhere like here, I would have went crazy. But so Rump brings me up on stage. We're up there giving away the saddle. They draw a name of one of the contestants. As soon as he hands me the microphone and I go to start talking, this guy just decks this guy, right? right in the middle. I mean, this area is packed.
This fight breaks
hundreds
out.
of people. Casey Donahue just walked off stage. So everybody's amped up. And this guy just whaps this guy. And then the fight was on right in the middle of these people. And I go, security?
Well, about that time, here come like 15 dudes in the yellow shirts. And they can't hardly get through the crowd because it's so packed in there. And in the meantime, these two guys are just punching each other.
There's drinks flying. And I kind of caught myself watching.
You seen it. You were there.
You're like,
did you see the fight? Were you at?
Jordan, did you saw? So, yeah.
Nobody bailed in to help.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I wanted to, after they packed him out, I wanted to say, don't drop the soap. But anyway, that was pretty fun.
You handled it pretty good because first it was the most awkward. Like, do I talk? Do I not talk? It's like, where do we go from here?
Everybody else was still looking at like it never even happened. I'm like, it's a good fight. Everybody likes to watch a good fight.
And you know what? When they drug him out, Like he was not, it wasn't like, hey, I'm going to grab you by the arm and we're going to take you to the door.
Oh, yeah.
They drugged that dude out.
They don't mess around at casinos. I saw Jesse Bale get tased in Council Bluffs, Iowa at the Mayor's Star one time. It took 3 of them to get that guy down, but they tased the crap out of him. And he didn't pee his pants, which was awesome.
Well, as we move in today,
I would pee my pants if I got tased. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
every day when we're
speaking of peeing pants, let's bring up this guy. Our first guest. This is awesome. Met him last night, ladies and gentlemen. A World Series umpire, Jordan Baker.
Yeah, this is
a World Series umpire. Major League Baseball. He didn't just do 1 game, or 7 games, I should say.
You know, I believe we have. Do we have the video?
Well, we have one video of him doing his thing. Mike, if you... so, explain this one. It's Toronto.
I'll have to see a little bit here. I don't know.
Same stop, it looks like. Gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Almost such another one right there. Yeah.
He said stop.
They didn't listen.
Oh, that's good. That was one quick we pulled up, but how many guys have you thrown out?
That's a good question. In the major leagues, I'd have to say somewhere around 30-ish, 25, 30.
How long have you been in the majors?
This is my 11th season.
11 seasons.
In the major leagues.
I also found out that you were you had the first ejection in COVID year. And there's a video, and the guy comes up out of the dugout, and he gets his mask up, and then Jordan's walking to him to have this conversation, and then it hits him. Oh, yeah. And he's got to get his little blue mask out. I mean, it was totally like...
It was a quagmire.
Yeah.
And then my strap broke on my left ear, so now I'm trying to wrap it around my ear, and it was a mess. Yeah.
How do you even get involved in that position like that? I have so many questions because me and Hammond are pretty dumb for anything that's not rodeo related. So this is why it's so cool to have you on here. How do you even get to the point where you're getting to do that at the World Series?
So to be a professional umpire, you got to go to umpire school. Believe it or not, there's a school for it. There's a couple schools down in Florida that you can attend. It's a 5-week course down in January. And then you go to umpire school. It's not a guarantee by any stretch. They take the top, give or take 20 or 25 students from both schools, put them into a advanced course in Marks down in Vero Beach, and then they take however many hires they need, whether it was 5 guys got released and 5 guys quit, through the minor leagues and the big leagues, and everything trickles down, obviously. Then they hire, out of those 40 guys, they hire the 10 guys into professional baseball. I got hired in 2005 in the Arizona Rookie League. Worked my way through the minor leagues for about 8 seasons, and then broke into the big leagues in 2012. 2012 in June.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
it's very blessed.
Is it cool?
It's a good gig. I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's got its days, but at the end of the day, I'm getting paid to call balls. So
to to the game you love, obviously.
Absolutely.
It's just like
No
us.
doubt.
You know, we get paid to do what we love and the sport that we love. But so how many? What's the percentage of guys that make it out of that school that actually get to the pros?
I actually don't know a hard number.
Sure.
But every year I taught at umpire school. Once I got in professional baseball, minor league guys teach the class. So I taught down at the Wendellstadt School in Daytona Beach, Florida, and we would always say somebody in these 120, 150 students out here, one person in this class will be a major league umpire. So it's usually 1, 2, maybe 3. If it's a weird year, 4 or 5 guys out of each class will get hired.
Wow.
Yeah, not a lot of turnover. There's only 76 major league umpires, so it's a
For
pretty.
all those games, there's only 76?
There's 76 major league umpires, and then they have, give or take, a year anywhere from 17 to 20 AAA guys that are eligible for call up to work in the big leagues. Yeah,
I gotta give you guys a shout out on that, because with anything when you're an official, you're like, I don't mean to sound as bad because I think you're the coolest dude ever, but like when you're an umpire or a judge, everybody's going to hate you at some point.
that's
I could not handle. I hate when people say anything bad about me on Facebook. I can't imagine have to be there and call a strike and have everybody just.
Not everyone. The other team is going to like it. But there are other fans, so only 50%.
Out of the 50,000 Phillies fans in the World Series, there was only about 25, 30 Astros that liked what I did that evening.
And
You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
what I signed up for.
Yeah.
That's okay.
How do you stand there and take
50,000
it?
people
Because
screaming at you.
you said that
All
they
good.
say some pretty mean things.
I
When
can't
you're,
imagine.
Yeah, probably not on this show. We could talk about it, but yeah, you hear some interesting stuff coming out of
without
the fans.
saying the words, let's hear like a little bit of what they might say. Is it mostly over strikes?
Yes, I would say that's where we're at now in today's game, especially. Once replay came in,
Because you can't see the little square like on TV.
yeah, which is not even close to accurate, but that's neither here nor there.
You just
let me-
broke my heart.
Let me
I thought-
ask you this.
That's not the gospel.
If
I know.
you call a strike on a guy, or let's just say a batter disagrees with the call and he turns around and he says, "What the F do I have to do?" Would you throw him out?
No, but we'd talk it through pretty quick.
Is that if you say
I'd have a response, and no, we're all grown men. Unfortunately, baseball's got it's kind of known for some foul language, and that's part of our game.
Like fighting in hockey.
Very similar, yeah. So a lot of bad language flies around. Where we kind of draw the line is when it gets personal. You followed by anything other than are awesome usually results in an early exit. So
you followed by anything that's not awesome.
Pretty much, yeah. Whenever they get personal, we all are grown men, and we will use barn talk. So
Sure.
relate to you there. Our field is mostly barn talk.
Yeah.
And that's okay with us. But when it becomes the FU, that's when we draw the line.
Not just the players of baseball. You're right by all the fans in the seats
Who've been drinking heavily.
who are just slammed. And does that ever mess with your focus? Like when you call a strike and you have like the 5,000 people directly behind you telling you.
5?
Well, I mean, just in
that
area.
section. Gotcha.
Just telling you how not awesome your call was.
Yeah.
You
Pretty
probably
much
kinda-
every play job.
You
Yeah.
probably kind of giggle at it, though, you know. and
Yeah,
you gotta,
I've
just
come
laugh
accustomed
off.
to it, yeah.
It doesn't bother you.
Borderline kind of enjoy it. It's kind of messed up like that. But yeah, that's what I signed up for, like I said earlier.
So are you always behind the plate, or you guys rotate?
We rotate clockwise every night. So I'll work the game 1 in a 3-game series. I'll work the plate, game 2, 3rd, 2nd, and then we'll go to the next series, and I'll start at first, and we just rotate like that.
Are you
all
with the
season.
same crew all season?
We're with the same 4 guys, barring injury or something like that, family issues. I'm with the same 4 guys about 90% of the season. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you like those guys, or are they kind of douches?
No, awesome. Yeah. You know what? I'm pretty blessed. My guys are pretty solid. Out of the 76, there's always a handful that in any corporation, but we got some solid dudes. Yeah.
What's the most mad you've ever gotten?
Oh, that's a good one.
There's
I'm
that many.
Defer to the next one. Yeah, no, I'm going to defer to the next one, and I'll think about it, and I'll get back to you.
What's the funniest thing you've seen?
Well, we did have somebody run on the field in the World Series, so that was kind of
that's right.
silly, and always inebriated and think they can get away from 14 police officers.
That is never going to happen.
It's never going to happen.
I tackled a streaker at Rapid City.
This is true.
I don't know if you know this.
Male or female?
A guy, he come into the arena during the steer wrestling, and I actually have the video's got really bad quality, but I do have a video of it. This guy came in the arena during the steer wrestling and started shaking his butt.
Can we send that to Frost real quick?
Well, it's terrible video.
Okay, all right.
But I do have it. So anyhow, this guy, the judges thought it was part of the show because they were switching horses. So when it was time for the steer wrestling to fire back up, they're like, "Hey, Rump, man, tell your guy to leave." I'm like, I've never seen this guy in my whole life. So I go cruising over there, and I kind of go to grab his arm. I go, "Hey, man, you can't be in here." And he goes, "F you, fat boy." And he ran like a deer and jumped over the back fence. And I said on the mic,
the method clicked in.
I said, if that happens again, if anybody comes in this arena, you will be tackled. And this was in my Wilder Slam 35 Keystone Light beer days.
Stealing cop car days?
Before the perf.
Yeah. This
is
in the days when I would tie into, and boys, don't do this, okay? This is a life lesson for you kids. This is when I didn't mind a fight, and I got beat up a lot. But I also blacked a lot of eyes. I mean, so anyhow, I was out in that arena, and during the bronc riding, just out of nowhere, this dude clears the fence, and he comes back running in, and he never saw me. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm pretty damn fast.
He is. He's pretty athletic for.
Well, he just compared himself to a deer.
No. The deer was
running
running
like a deer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I go cruising across the arena, and he never sees me coming. I mean, 100 mile an hour, and I hit him in the back with my head.
300 pounds.
As hard as
Shoulder
I could.
straight to the back.
It broke his back.
Could you imagine that?
It broke his back.
I'm fine, thanks.
But then he jumped up. That was the scary thing. After I hit him, he jumped up because he was on a little something that they call methamphetamines.
Yeah. And they don't even go down when you tase them.
Drugs are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the worst part was he turned around and tried to sue me. I almost got sued he couldn't go back to work because I broke his back. So there was a lawsuit against me for excessive force. But I got out of it by saying, you know what, I was concerned about his safety because he was in the arena during the bronc riding. And, I'm just going to show this to him. You keep talking.
So anyway, he gets out of it. I don't know about that, but the rodeo had his back, of course, because he was in a place he shouldn't have been, and he was on drugs and inebriated, so he really didn't have much of a case. But that being said, you need to share with the whole audience.
Well done. Well done.
Text that to me. I'll send it to Frosty, see if we can get it up real quick.
What would you think? What'd you think about that?
Nice form.
Is there a way that
I'm not so sure about the whole deer part, but it was a good form tackle.
You got to admit, I was running pretty dang fast.
No, that was quick, but the deer was a stretch.
Is there a way you could talk to somebody in Major League Baseball, and I just go to these big games and just sit in the corner and drink Gold Buckle beer and wait for a streaker?
I'll work on it.
Hey, Mike, did we get that video of Matt Kemp and Jordan? Frosty, did we get that video of him taking him down? Okay. No. Ferg, did we get that of him taking down Matt Kemp? Did we get that done?
You took that?
I sent it to you, the link.
That's hypothetical.
Yep, he didn't.
You had to take somebody down?
Well, it wasn't quite a takedown, but yeah, we folded up.
Yeah, go ahead. So Matt Kemp is, is a great ball player.
He was a great ball player. MVP of the National League. I don't remember which year exactly, but Oklahoma boy. So we had that relationship. And long story short, we were in Atlanta a midsummer afternoon. We had a rain delay, so we started about an hour and a half late. And Matt Kemp, middle innings, gets hit, and right in the middle of the back. He's a little frustrated.
And he was hot. He was a hothead. Right?
Yeah, he was a hot. Well, I won't speak ill on him, but he's got plenty of videos out there, I reckon. And so he's a little upset. And like I said, I had a relationship with Matt, and I told him, "Hey, man, let's just get on down the line." And yeah, there it is. And I said, "Let's just get on down to first, and we'll keep it moving here." And because I felt the pressure kind of folding in the backside of me with everybody behind me, and so
does that make you nervous?
It was a slip.
You're
He
by
slipped,
yourself.
I slipped. We folded up, but I will say I was the last one down, the first one up. That's neither here nor there. Yeah.
I would, dude. That's so freaking cool. Like,
but he was more worried about when we got up. To his credit, I will say this about Matt. Like when we got up, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Bake. I'm sorry." I said, "Hey, no, we're good." I said, "Just walk to first." He goes, "Did I hit you? Did I get you?" I said, "No. He didn't even know what he did. He just knew he went down." So
that's why I couldn't do that, because I'd be talking trash and see you guys. I'm like, "Stay down, you little guy."
Well, but I'm sure he knows. Obviously, it's just like any sport. You touch any official, and you're usually gone.
That's a quick exit
and a huge fine.
Big fine. Yeah. So he was more concerned about that.
Yeah, because I read that somewhere. It doesn't matter what official, what sport it in, you cannot punch an official.
I'd probably say that's accurate. Yeah.
No, but it's like a law.
Yeah.
But it's so bad though. You see all these terrible videos of little league games or little kids football games and parents and getting fights with refs. It's unbelievable.
It's gotten pretty out of control to the youth age. I've got youth kids, and I'm pacing in the outfield because I can't even stand to be around the backstop. It's gotten pretty bad, man.
I in high school, they'd usually get us high school players to like the fourth or fifth grade game, So
very similar.
I've called some games too. No big deal, Bake. But
no, I'm with you. You can relate for sure.
But anyway, in Sydney, Iowa, a town of 1,000 people, and I got this guy called a strike. My God, get your head out of your ass. He's in 5th grade, bro.
Yeah, sorry to tell you,
One
but
more
he's
ball,
not
and he
going
gets
to
to
the big
hit off
leagues.
the tee. The pitcher's not even throwing the ball; it's on the tee. Anyway,
baseball parents get intense.
Yeah, it's gotten insane. I'd rather call Major League Baseball than go 12U.
Well,
that's for sure.
But you think about baseball and rodeo. Our judges that we like, I like Butch Kirby.
I like them all. I'm not going to name them.
DeWitt. We have the ones that we like.
Sure.
And we have the ones that we don't like. Like,
sure.
Go ahead, Hambone, tell the ones you don't like. But anyhow, when you're with these people day in and day out, a lot of times you have a common, I don't know about a friendship in rodeo, but the judges and the cowboys, they get along in a way. So it's probably the same for y'all, where there's a mutual respect.
Absolutely.
Or hatred.
Well, yeah. I mean, 162 games, right? That's a long season. A little too long, if you ask me, but that's neither here nor there. We see each other a lot, and everybody in the big leagues wants to have that relationship of, hey, we're all in here for one goal. It's to get the World Series, right? That's where everybody wants to be. You can be a dick about it and be a jerk and do things the wrong way, or we can all work together. Listen, everybody gets full of emotion and things happen. But at the end of the day, you got to be accountable for your actions, right? We handle it. Tomorrow's a new day, and we keep moving on. 162 games is a long season.
That's crazy. And so we used to do a rodeo in Cave Creek, Arizona, and it was in April. and it was spring ball. And through the Survey family, we got to be friends with Todd Helton. Played 17 seasons with the Rockies,
and his number was 17 also.
And his number was 17, and anyway, actually starting quarterback at University of Tennessee, and he got hurt. Guess who his backup was?
Peyton
Manning. Anywho, so
name drop.
Yep. I just like that story. That's pretty cool. So we went down and we watched Todd play, and those games. I think he only played like 2 innings or something, and then in comes the kids, and he texted us. And we went down, and there was a whole other crew of guys working out. There was a whole bunch of guys in the clubhouse. And here we're walking through this, and we're in the locker room. There goes Jason Giambi buying a towel. I'm like, what is going on right now? And he's like, what's up, fellas? I'm like, oh, hey, Giambi, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, that guy was okay.
Yeah, he was a great ball player. So it was and a couple other guys. But anyway, baseball guys, I think, they're like rodeo guys. Like you said, they're barn talk, and they're a little old school. That they don't seem to be pre-bananas too much. A lot of them chew and spit and cuss and adjust themselves, and just good old boys.
You can't chew though in Major League Baseball now, right? Well, you don't have to say.
They frown on it. Yeah.
You know what? The one thing I love most about baseball is the bench clearing brawls.
Oh man!
I wish we had that in rodeo. Would that not be great?
What's that like in the middle of a bunch of dudes just screaming at each other?
Are you required to go, if somebody rushes the mound, what's the do's and don'ts of your job when people are punching the crap out of each other?
Good question. So it's a loaded question, right? And everything's different. Every scenario is different. I've been in quite a few throwing situations throughout my career. But I would say our job initially is to try to stop it. If you kind of know what's coming, it's brewing, and your feelers are up, ears are perked. Guy gets hit in the back. Okay, can I get my batter to calm down and walk to first with me, pretty much Kemp, and keep it going, keep the main escalators out of the problem. If we can, great. But more often than not, if they're going to fight, they're going to fight. Grown men want to start throwing hands. That's what's going to happen. You ain't going to stop
We
them,
need that in rodeo. We need that.
4 guys, my 4 umpiring crew, we're not going to stop, 50 grown men from throwing hands.
I don't know.
We start taking numbers, and there's a haymaker. There's 23's done. 18, there's another one. He's done. And that's just kind of how we roll through it.
But just for the record, I'm a pretty bad cat, but if I seen you running at me, I would probably go ahead and back down a little bit.
It helps. Yeah, 6'7", it helps with slowing that down a little bit.
That's awesome. What God, there's a great question. Oh, real quick, get after it. Yeah. Go Buckle Beer.
Go Buckle.
What
the Buckle?
So did your whole crew do the World Series, or did they pick single guys and then form a crew?
So the playoffs are done. You're elected. All 76 umpires are eligible, right, barring injury or whatnot. You're selected for the first round, the wild card, and the divisions come out. If you work the wild cards, you're eligible for the League Championship Series. If you work the divisions, you're eligible for the World Series. So the World Series umpires came from the 24 Division Series umpires that were selected from that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's been fun having you on, and it's been great talking to you.
Cheers.
And, real quick, though, you said you had a Todd Helton story.
I did. It's kind of an embarrassing one, but I'll go ahead and tell it.
Please do.
So now this is prior to replay. This is 2000. I want to say it was 13. Maybe it was 12. I think 13. I think it was 2013. Anyhow, it was his last year, and he was going after. We were in Denver, and he was with the Rockies, and he was going after I'm pretty confident it was either hits or doubles, not sure which, and it was a big number, say 2,000 or 2,500 or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. I was working second base, and it was the first or second inning, and the fans were packing the house, right? You know, it was great stadium, by the way.
Yeah, it is a great stadium.
And so they were all there to see that awesome moment. He rips a ball in the outfield, and he tries to stretch his single. And if I'm not 100% confident, but I'm pretty confident, had it been in 2014 or 15, we probably would have gone to replay and probably got overturned. I called him safe at second. I'm pretty confident he was out. But anyhow, the record stuck. And so, you know, when you look at that video, you'll say, oh, I know that guy. I think he missed that call. But, yeah, the record's still good. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, you know, let him have one. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that's right.
We're
human.
Yeah.
When you worked second base, do you ever make second base jokes?
I don't reckon.
There was a guy, actually, you talk about that. There was a guy at the party last night that was on second base out in the crowd. It's a different kind of base. Anyhow.
Okay, way to make it awkward but anyway, it was great meeting you and your lovely wife last night, who was mutual friends with Ashley Rumford, and so that was really neat because Rump comes up and he goes, "We got a Major League World Series. What? Umpire. He's gonna come on the show.
We're required to wear those leather jackets, and it gets warm.
He's sweating." Another big boy coming up next. But anyway, let's give a big round of applause.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Baseball umpire Jordan Baker. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. There's the old lady up in there. Whoop your fastball in here. Whoop it right here. Hey, it's like the Rumford Rodeos back in the day. That lady in the organ.
Yeah. Marilyn Roth. Rodeo designed with music in mind. Stepping up to the plate right now is an 8th grader from Sydney, Iowa, who's slightly overweight, shaped like a pear. Here comes Josh Hambone Hilton.
Hey, I hit a grand slam and a single home run in high school, so shut it.
Save some for us, Hambone.
Speaking of grand slam, let's bring up this big slamming, jamming, biscuit-eating Mississippi boy, Will Loomis. That's you. Oh.
Hot mic. One of our favorite steer wrestlers of all time.
That means a lot coming from you guys.
That's right.
I don't know if you guys ever saw the 2 years ago for Pro Fantasy Rodeo, Casey Jones had me and Will. I was dressed up as Santa Claus. Brady Hagman was dressed up as an elf. And we had Will in the back seat of a Tesla. And we were filming this around Denver.
Maybe the most scared I've ever been in my life.
So Jones is
very possible.
Jones is telling me.
Yeah, you three spinning a Tesla.
Well, he was driving.
Yeah, that would scare me.
Well, I didn't know how it was all going to work, so we started it off Bulldogger style. We go to Denny's and, eat like 45,000 calories, and then Jones pulls out like 24 of these pickled beers. Have you ever?
Jenna loves pickled beer, but man, they're just not for me, man.
So we sit around there and drink beer for an hour and a half.
Jenna.
So after we get done drinking beer for an hour and a half, they're like, "Okay, we're gonna get this Tesla, and I need you to drive like 85 miles an hour down I-70
and downtown Denver."
Yeah.
What?
So at one point, we had his camera on the dash, and at one point, the shot was I had to slam on the brakes where it looked like Will came into the front of the car, and so we're in this parking lot, and I don't know if you guys ever drove a Tesla. They go 0 to 100 really quick.
Yeah, like third or fourth, like fastest ever or something crazy.
So Jones is like, just floor it and then slam on the brakes. And when I did, I almost crippled Will because he literally came through the middle seats, and I'm in my Santa suit in the front, smelling like pickled beer and broken dreams right there.
Oh, and the jacket was so hot, you're sweating everywhere.
Oh, it was
terrible.
It was even cold weather, but for that day it was hot. And then we were doing the shoot somewhere else on a side street, and I had to pee so bad. And so I went to the alley where all the other homeless people were, and
Brady ran over to the bushes.
yeah, this guy came around the corner and goes, "What are you doing, sir?" You know, nothing. Filming a commercial for Tesla. So that's one of my favorite Will stories. But NFR Bulldogger. One thing else I told Will earlier today too. You know what I like about Will, Hambo?
What's that?
Will can talk.
Yeah.
We have some contestants that we get sometimes that
And they talk like
maybe.
this, and they don't
Yeah, I
really
just
do it.
had a good night at the NFR last night,
I really
but not
do.
Will. Will's a talker.
Yeah,
We're around number
it's
5.
kind of like smiling. It's one of my favorites.
Talking is one of your
Along
favorite.
with maybe people just need more liquid courage. I don't know. Like,
Well, we have a Gold Buckle Beer bar.
I did. Somebody was up here yesterday. I'm pretty sure while I was signing over there, and y'all offered them a beer, and they didn't take a beer, and I feel like it's rude to not. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
was.
if somebody offers you a beer, like you
Who
just.
was that? Was it RC?
I think it was.
I mean, that's a bareback rider, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like
If it had been a
they
vape,
try to be so healthy. You know what I mean?
if
Other
it
than
had been a vape pen, they would have taken it.
like Will Lowe and JB, like everybody else's.
Well, it's funny because Oat Berry was on yesterday, and he literally we didn't offer Oat Berry a bottle of whiskey. He took it.
And you know what we did?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. It's Oat Berry. He can take what he wants.
So we'll talk
can't
about
let
it.
him pick on
We're at
y'all.
the halfway point of the NFR.
Yeah. We got you.
Let's
You
talk
are,
about it.
You're 8th in the average, 4th in the world. So you're right there. I mean,
Yeah.
there's.
Yeah, just kind of tough luck on my first one, clipping the barrier, and it'd be really good if I wouldn't have clipped the barrier, but it is what it is, and
You're right there.
I moved up a few spots last night, and we're just gonna keep knocking them down, keep trying to win a little bit, and when we have really good chances, I felt like I didn't really do an awesome job last night. I thought Nick Guy won the first round on the steer I ran last night. And honestly, I thought that steer was going to be a little better than that. And Nick made a stud run, and I definitely could have done a couple things better, but we'll take what we can get, and when we get some more chances, we'll capitalize on them.
I can't. Was it last time or the night before? What happened it was in the box? Did the chute not open? Was that you?
That was last night.
Last night.
Was
Okay.
that Tony Amaral's fault?
Well, no. So actually, Tony kind of saved me, and that was the reason. Clayton took off was that steer. Actually, when Nick ran him the first night, as soon as Nick nodded, he turned his head, and he got a good start and everything was still fine. But I was getting ready, and when I was about to nod, the steer turned his head, and Tony Tony being Tony and taking care of the guys and in the steer wrestling, but he he didn't open the gate, and Clayton took off, and we just reset and went again. So
What did you say? Because when you nodded and nothing happened, you turned the horse around and you leaned over to Tony.
oh yeah.
And so I didn't know what I thought. I love Tony. He's my guy. But I would love for Tony to make a mistake so I could roast him on here.
No. Tony's usually pretty good. Tony's pretty sharp. And he runs the gate at some huge major rodeos. He watches us all year, so he kind of
up and then
and Reno. So he knows a lot of our tails, and he knows when a lot of us are gonna nod, and he knows what our nods look like. So it's really cool having Tony here opening the gate, and it was kind of a little half-ass nod last night, but he saved me. So
Did you get fined for that by chance?
I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna put it on Clayton's tab if I did.
So
I didn't leave the box. Clayton left the box. You know
Well,
what I mean?
then-
Like, it wasn't me.
And my brother stood up, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if there was something that he was doing, and you're chewing his ass. But
No. I actually, when I peeled around there and got beside the chute right there, I told Tony, I said, I appreciate you not opening that. You kind of saved me right there. So
Here's the fine sheet. Will Loomis, VIIIA7,
that was probably the first round.
$500.
Yep. So if
1 minute, 13 seconds.
absolutely. So if you take more than 45 seconds, they get you for $250, and then every 15 seconds after that, it's another $250.
oh my,
So 2 more seconds, they'd have got me for $750.
I would like to say
At a
something
minute
about
15.
that. I would like to say something about I have my personal opinion. I think it's absolute bullcrap that at the NFR, I understand production. I get it. That's what I do for a living. But are you seriously fighting the crap out of the people that make your event good?
Yes.
Because their steer lays down or their horse spins around? Now, if it got excessive, yeah. But the point where that fine sheet is just, we got you for everything. There's guys, not counting Rocker, but there's other guys that have, thousands of fines for nothing.
Yeah, you know, there's just, which I get it too. I mean, I understand the production side of it, but I mean, I've seen at 45 seconds, right, they fine you $250. At 45.1 seconds, they fine you $250. I mean, I've seen fines at 45.3 seconds, 45. I mean, that's to the point. And it's not 46 seconds. I mean, if you're anything at all over 45, you get it. And, you know, I get it, but, I mean, you see guys in the bull riding and whatever, you know, retying their rope and all that.
And they get fined for it, too.
Yeah, they do. But, I mean, also, like, if a bull's laying down, or, I mean, I see that side of it, too, you know. I mean, I mean, I don't know.
Clock reset? Does the clock reset?
Running for, well, if
their steer goes down?
If the steer's fighting to shoot, yes, they stop the clock if he's fighting to shoot. The steer's looking straight, clock's running. And that's usually what they do. So it used to be, I'm not sure who's doing it because I hadn't seen it, but Joe Bob usually standing like on the back.
Yeah, the judge is standing on that load alley.
He's literally standing right there, and he's the one that do it. Is it Joe Bob? Yeah. Okay, I haven't paid attention this year. I'm not. It's usually is Joe Bob. So, anyways, yeah. So,
but isn't that kind of crap? Like,
well, they got me for $1,000 last year.
This is our Super Bowl.
4 times, yeah.
Ooh. This is the Super Bowl of rodeo. The contestants that work their whole, not just year, their whole lives to be here. They put in the time and effort, and you get here, and, you know, you should be a celebrity, but yet there's just people behind every rock waiting to find the contestants for something.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I mean, I do too. You know, I feel like there's all kind. You know, there's.
Thanks for the clap right there. Yeah,
Dad's over there clapping, but you know, it's. I don't know, man. Like you said, I understand that, you know, the production side of it, but I mean, like you said, also, I mean, we're here for the, you know, we made it. You know what I mean? So like, I don't understand what all the extra stuff is.
Yeah, I got fined at the NFR. One of my favorite stories, actually, except for if it was Cody Webster, the bullfighter, the 10th bull, or 10th, in the 10th round, the last bull, he was bucking out there, knocks Cody out, cold. Cody is laying in the arena and unconscious, and my barrel didn't get out of the arena in time. And this is not an exaggeration. They drug Cody's lifeless body to the bucking chutes.
I remember.
So they could go ahead and run the flags.
Oh, God.
And I got a $500 fine for not getting my barrel out of the arena fast enough. My buddy was laying in front of me dead, which he's not dead. He's actually fighting bulls this year. But, you know, at the time I was like, oh, my God, Cody. Cody, I look in the corner and one of the...
Sorry, Cody, I got to wheel my barrel out.
It reminded me of our semi-pro when they're like,
Cody, get up, they're running flags.
Did you ever see semi-pro when they go, and they're just doing a horrible job of supporting his neck or spine? You know what I'm saying? So, like, two NFR guys, you know, the NFR guys, have you ever seen Squid Games?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know in Squid Games how when someone dies, all the dudes in the red outfits just come out and just drag them out of the way real quick? There's like 400 NFR dudes in white shirts with ties on that just come out of our, like in unison, clip, 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 grab Cody's dead body, drag him to the fence, run the flags.
Or is it like, what's that terrible cowboy, J.W. Coop?
That's not a terrible movie.
It is too. It's terrible.
Thank you,
boys. It is no J.R. Bonner.
Is there a bonus, though? Like, because there are some rodeos, like Houston and stuff, if they make X number of minutes, if they get done with the perfect X number of minutes, they get a bonus.
That's not true.
That's urban. That's urban
legend. Okay.
Trust me, I've done extensive research into this. I've had, I kind of know some
I feel
people.
like he's taking this personal.
Oh, no. Why would I?
I don't know. Your face kind of changed. I'm not sure. Like, it looked like you just.
My face changed because I found out I'm out of beer.
He's a committee guy.
Is there in here?
You got to go clear down towards the bottom, Will.
Okay.
I got to tell you this kind of a question.
I think y'all are out. No, you're not.
No, it's there. We put the beers on the very bottom so they'd be especially cold. Yeah,
now my hand's wet.
I need another gold buckle beer. And if you guys are walking around here and you haven't, thank you, Hambone, and you haven't had one. Oh, you want me to keep? Oh, there's two. There you go.
God, you're so annoying.
Try a gold buckle beer.
I love the super light.
So what pin of steers are tonight?
Man, this is going to be Mundorf's, I believe. So it'll be the second round steers. So they should be. Actually, they surprised everybody. We honestly thought those steers were going to be pretty average and just really good on the ground. We thought it was going to be a really fast round from when we ran them at Rowdy Parrots when we were picking them. And, man, they got to feeding them, and that only 200 that they poured to them has got them. They were screaming.
Running.
So it just caught everybody off guard, really.
I don't know what you're feeding those steers. Rocket fuel?
Right. No,
There's a bunch of them running,
man.
Purina. They have been rocking it down. The Purina has been good to them because there's been several guys getting close to the old yellow chutes at the end.
Yeah, I know. It may be the fastest, I mean, as a whole, I mean, steers are just running.
Who was it?
They're missing hazes. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, just because they're running so hard.
Who was that hazer about went the fence? Was it Haas? Who's hazing for Wag?
Oh, Pearson.
His Wag, I mean, leaped.
Yeah.
At the 20-foot mark.
Wag's run a couple of them back there.
That was
too.
actually pretty damn agile, though.
Well, I mean, he's fairly athletic. He's got a little more belly now than he used to, but he's still pretty athletic.
It happens in marriage.
Yeah.
You can say that, Will, because you could bop him in the head. But me and Hambo, he'll beat the crap out of us.
Oatberry thinks that you could whip Haas.
Yeah, you are a question.
Okay.
Our question of the day was who was winning the fight, Will Loomis versus Clayton Haas.
Well, see, neither one of us are going to do that because neither one of us want to lose, and somebody's got to win. But Coleman Proctor made a good point. Coleman Proctor last year said, somebody asked Coleman, if Will's on one end of a dark alley, Clayton's on the other, and one of them's going to beat you up, got to. Which way you going? He said, well, I'm going to go to Will because he's probably going to beat the crap out of me, but he's going to help me up and tell me he's sorry. Clayton might just glaze over, beat him up, and he said he might just walk away.
I've always wondered. I tried to get this done last year, and have you guys seen those Russian slap contests where those guys just slap each other? I want to do that with Bulldoggers and Haas.
We're not going to slap long.
Haas just like this.
We're going to slap once, and then
he goes, ain't nobody slapping me.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, okay.
Yeah.
Bulldoggers are quite a bit different. Like, you guys are all pretty close, and we've said it on here before, but Bulldoggers really help each other. The steer wrestling community is more of a tight-knit group than any other time eventer.
Yeah, I just think that, the other events, I think that people keep stuff bottled up, calf ropers, team ropers, whatever. I don't know. It's kind of bad for me to say it, but they're almost kind of act like girls sometimes and just kind of, let stuff build. But I just feel like, man, steer wrestlers, I feel like if you have a problem, you say you got a problem, you talk it out, or you fight it out, or whatever you want to do, and then you move on about your business.
Who would win in a fight, Hunter Cure or Matt Reeves?
They would actually probably kiss.
You seen that meme of
Steer Brothers.
Steer Brothers?
Steer Brothers.
Tell the backstory.
It was on Facebook this morning, and Jenna saw it. I was like, that picture's been floating around for a few years now, but it's hilarious and so true.
Are they back to being buddies again?
Well, I mean, Matt's hazing for him, so I don't know, man. It's a love hate. I'm not sure.
We seen a sign after Hunter won the round the other night. When they show the signs, there's a big sign that said Hunter Hearts Matt. Did you see that?
Absolutely.
Who did that sign?
I have no idea. I don't know. But
do you have any signs for you, Will?
No, I don't think so. Just no, actually, your wife. Hey, look. So we've been here 5 times, and this last night, and I'm not kidding. Last night was the first time they've put her on the big screen.
Oh.
And I'm like, she's been here. She's the one screaming. Like, put the camera on.
Jenna, do you remember back in the day when they would show
on that?
When they would show the contestants, and the contestants' wives would have their personal camcorders recording that,
and it says no recording.
Who used to always be the one wife that was always on during the calf roping?
Strand Smiths, I think. No,
that's what it was. That was Jennifer Smith. They would show in the stands that she had a camcorder.
She was always behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's true. She was always doing the interviews.
No, she did a bunch of the. I know it had to be her. Anyhow,
I know who you're talking. I mean, I've seen it. I know what you're talking about.
If you want to be a good wife, I want to see a sign tonight.
So, and also a prerequisite for rodeo wives, contestant wives out here. Do you? What's the outfits been like? Have we had like like a fishnet with corduroy pants on one leg and camo on the other, tucked in boots with heels and actually earrings that come down to here. Have you shaved half your head yet? Spiked your hair?
So yeah,
Just a Tuesday night outfit.
Jenna's actually awesome. First year we came, she picked her outfits and did all the stuff. And after that, she was like, "I'm over it."
I love it.
So then, so the next year she started making T-shirts, and people wear that. She makes a handful of different T-shirts with back numbers or pictures or whatever it may be. And so yeah, now she's more of a nice jacket, but
classy.
like a blue jeans with a
She's
T-shirt.
a very classy lady.
Hey,
She's very classy, but it's so much easier now. She'll pick out a couple of outfits and wear them, but then like about 5 nights, she's gonna wear a T-shirt and blue jeans.
that's fine because the only Loomis here that needs to make a statement's him.
You know what's funny?
Ain't that right?
When we got ready to come out here, we brought my kids out here for the first time. I've won Clown of the Year 10 times. The one year I don't win it, my kids get to see it for the first time. My little girls start crying because they don't understand.
Oh, I never thought of that.
Yeah, which I was so happy for John to win that because I love
They
John.
were so sweet. I can't remember which girl it was, Olivia or Lola, but she comes up to me after I lost and she goes, "It's okay, you're still my favorite."
I know. But so when we were getting ready to come, my wife, she was just so stressed out, because she's like, "Oh my God, I got to pack for 5 people and I got to pack podcast stuff and we got to bring merch stuff," which you can buy RümpChät shirts right over there with Jessica Knudsen right there. So we got to bring all this stuff. And she's like, "When are you going to pack? When are you going to pack?" I'm like, "I'll pack when I'm ready." I packed in 3 minutes.
Yep.
Couple pair of jeans, my Ice Cube T-shirt, a couple other things.
That's a dude for you.
I mean, I don't know about NFR fashion, but I tell you the key thing to the NFR is footwear. Because your feet will get tired from walking around this bitch all
Yes,
day.
they will. I buy after round 5, tennis shoes are a must.
See, I get a lot of crap on the production deck and back behind because I wear shoes. I'm a shoe freak. I like good shoes like Cole Haan's and Johnson's, like nice shoes, right? Shoes that cost more than boots. But they're all going, "Oh, look at them tenny runners." Yep, and I'm way more comfortable than your dumbass. I'm not in the arena. You don't. If you're not in the rule states, if you're not in the competition arena, you do not have to be in dress code. Because if I have to be in dress code, then all the photographers and the timers and everybody has to be in dress code.
You know what there's no dress code for, though? Rodeo clowns.
You pretty much just do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Although y'all have been kind of, rounding with the jerseys and that sort of thing.
I love the jerseys.
And they look very comfy.
They are very comfy. One other thing about like Will and your guys from a rodeo clown point of view, I love to, and which is funny because I know you guys personally. I'm never going to do anything if you have a bad run. Like I'm very careful every time. I'm not the guy that ever wants to rock the boat, but like sometimes when you're really fast and every clown that steals all my stuff. And by the way, if you're a rodeo clown out there and you steal one of my acts, please don't tag me on Facebook anymore. Okay?
You don't have permission to take his stuff.
Please quit. So I started the whole tackle the steer wrestler deal.
Yeah.
And now every other clown.
Actually, I think it was Boyd got the steer wrestler to tackle you. That's how that works.
Yeah.
When he has a really good run, I'm like, I'm going to get you, boy. Like, Will will spin around, and it's funny, and the crowd likes it because I think it kind of shows the other side of the competition. When Will misses his steer, like the one year at Greeley when the steer stood up and hit him in the face, and he jumped up and turned beet red, I was like,
never mind.
Not saying a word. But, being friends with you guys, I feel like I know when you can do something and when you can't. But I think maybe it was
you're talking about Corpus Christi when he paid me $100 to hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was, I don't know, like 7. That was one of the times I didn't do very good, and I hadn't won much at all in a couple of weeks. And Boyd's like, "I'll give you $100 if you tackle him." I'm like, "Deal, got it."
Well, did he
maybe the hardest I've ever hit a human.
I remember. Seriously?
Yeah, and I played ball. Rump's standing there, and I'm running at him, and I thought he was gonna brace. So, and he's kind of a big.
I thought you were joking.
Guy. He's kind of a big guy, so I was like, I've got to hit him kind of firm to knock him down. Well, then Rump just stands straight up like this. And I hit him in the belt, and he looked like a duck. Just
time out.
I'm like, oh, my God. And I'm laying on top of him. I'm like,
I told Boyd.
I didn't really mean to hit you that hard.
When we're in those pre-production meetings and we see who's up, we know a lot of time with the announcer and the sound man, we know who's up and we know who we can have fun with. And he's like, you know, because Corpus Christi, which turns out is our rodeo of the day, we're going to get to more of that in a minute.
Perfect segue.
At Buck Days. But we're there, and Boyd's like, did you see who's out tonight? Your buddy, Will Loomis. He goes,
That's actually a really good rendition right there.
he goes, you know, if we get a chance, he's always a player. Let's try to get him involved in the production. So after you were 7, I was like, please, Boyd, don't say anything. And at Corpus Christi, Boyd's in the booth instead of on horseback. So in my ear, I think it was Hambone.
Yes, I was there.
Didn't you say, he's going to do it? I'm like, oh, crap. So when he's like, Will, I'll give you $100 to tackle the clown. I was like, surely not. So when you started running.
It was like half an arena, too. I had a pretty good head roll.
Because
like a kickoff.
At San Antonio that one year, you ran like 5 steps and turned around and everybody laughed. So I kept thinking you were about to turn around. And I was like, any minute now, he's going to slow down. Any minute now. And then when my spine.
It was like oh no, he didn't stop. Bam!
I farted in the arena that night.
On that note,
Let's go to the audio.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
On that note, we just thank you for coming by. We want to wish you good luck. I'm saying Swami says 3-6.
I'm digging that. Yeah.
3-6 tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm digging that.
We're gonna get the round right tonight, baby.
Yeah, you bet.
Thanks
Hey,
for coming
Pink
by.
Night. I love Pink Night.
Pink night, baby. So wear your pink. I wonder if they're gonna if the GM's gonna approve my brother's all pink
Jumpsuit.
overalls.
Yes. That would be so awesome.
I hope they do. I bet he will. Alan's good guy about that, and I think he will.
Well,
So,
I just feel like that would be rude. Be like, no, you cannot wear pink.
who knows?
I mean, let's call him out right now, and then maybe it'll
I
work.
ain't saying nothing.
Oh, come on.
He's the boss.
It's a $500 fine if he doesn't wear pink.
Yeah, right. But
Oh, they'll probably get him.
pink night, round 6 or is it 5?
5.
God.
Nice. Hello, old buddy.
5 more days of rodeo to go.
But thank you for coming on, buddy.
You bet.
Appreciate
Great
you
man.
last minute. But anyway, everybody, Bulldogger, Will Loomis, Mississippi. By hell yeah.
Thanks, Will. And for
Thanks,
everybody,
brother.
this is my buddy. Don't mess with me or Will punch you.
Speaking of that, rodeo of the day, Buck Days Pro Rodeo, WCRA. Awesome event we get to be a part of every year. We have an awesome athlete coming on right now. We're really happy. We have a lot of women that come on, and I don't know why. I think they're afraid of us. And Miss Hope didn't have much choice in this. So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Hope Thompson. Hello, Hope. Breakaway. It's at the top. It's at the top. So, God, what a great year you're having. And you know, we had R.C. Lanningham on, and he's got a chance to win the $1 million at Fort Worth at the Christmas Days event here coming up after the NFR, and huge money. What's the WCRA? What's your WCRA journey been like?
You know, I give all my credit to the WCRA. I feel like they've really stepped up and given, I hate to say just women, but all events equal money, same venue. They keep telling me I'm the highest paid athlete in the WCRA, so that's pretty cool to know that because it's against, like I said, everybody in rodeo. So it's a great alliance. I'm super thankful for them having it.
Yeah, I mean, in the notes here, you and your horse, you got a great horse, Ink.
I do.
Right? And you guys won almost $250,000 in 3 years. And that's probably, I don't even, right? Like 230,000. Wow. In 3 years.
Yes, sir.
That's amazing. And how many events really, WCR events, has that even been? Probably, a handful or a dozen maybe? I don't know.
Probably 5 or 6
Yeah.
I've been to. Yeah.
$250,000 nearly.
Yeah,
That's
it's
unbelievable.
amazing.
But even if the way this works with the WCRA, with the Triple Crown, I mean, if RC doesn't win it, and you go in and you win it, and then you win 3 in a row, it doesn't matter who it is. you could win the Triple Crown and win the $1 million.
Absolutely.
And it's came down to, we almost had a lady win it, Michelle Darling. Her Triple Crown rodeo was Corpus Christi the year before last, which she missed the 4-round by what?
It was
like
close.
0.2 of a second. Can you hold your microphone, please?
Yeah. Thank you.
And there's another Tacey Webb, maybe, if I'm not wrong. She's a breakaway roper, but she's gotten to rope maybe for the Triple Crown, or she's up.
There's been a handful. I'm looking for Scott. Tacey Webb, Scott. Tacey was one of the athletes. She was up for she had a chance for the $1 million. Tacey Webb, yeah. So, and Riley?
Yeah, Riley Webb. Riley Webb's $1 million rodeo was also at Buck Days at Corpus Christi. At Salt Lake.
He won Corpus, and Salt Lake was the next one. And we'll put this all together.
He did that. He did that at 18, but it's a cool deal. Like when you talk about breakaway roping and how it's all of a sudden came out of nowhere. Hambone's event in San Angelo, the lip chip breakaway roping, paid $11,000 rounds, which you could nominate anywhere you go. That's one thing I think is a misconception with WCRA. It's not an association. You can literally nominate any rodeo, IPRA, PRCA, jackpots. You can really make rodeo work for you. Way better, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what's so unique and special about it is we all know how much diesel costs, and so it's not like you have to go any extra place to go nominate for the WCRA. Wherever you're entered and wherever you're headed to, you pay a nomination fee and you get your chance at big money.
Do you rodeo by yourself? You got a crew?
I rodeo with Larry D. Guy.
Oh, wow. Jeez. Name drop. Yeah, I get that for you.
Yeah,
wow.
And this summer, we went with Jackie Crawford and her whole crew. Kids
did you go with the toter home? Kids and everybody?
We both have a toter home, so we had them both out there, and we'd kind of meet up and crash in one and take it. Like I said, diesel's expensive, so anytime we could all get together and get in one, and if you know Jackie's crew, it's a big crew.
How many kids are we talking here?
We're talking 2 kids and a couple people helping, and Larry D and Jackie and I. So, but it's fun. I wouldn't change it. It's a lot of fun.
It would be so cool. And you know, I've said this yesterday when we were talking about how we want to try to find out more about our contestants. I would love to have a reality TV show just for like a couple weeks, go with you gals, and just show you the whole process of not just roping, but just surviving. Like
I don't know if I'd love that.
8 o'clock, 8 a.m. slacks and driving all night. And I got to go to the bathroom, Daddy. Not now, damn it.
Yeah, I mean, the bathroom situation, don't even want to get into it.
It's a circus, but like I said, I wouldn't change it. It's a lot of fun.
For the, like if you're wanting to rope and do this with WCRA, it makes it where you don't just have to knock the tires off every year.
Absolutely. That's what I said. Wherever you're entered, you can nominate. They have a challenger event, too. Based on how much money that you have won, that you can enter the challenger, which I think is awesome. To keep it, like I said, to keep this sport growing. You have people that maybe aren't ready to enter the open or rodeo yet. They can enter the challenger event and still go and have grabs at really big money with the WCRA.
And the weekly bonuses too. That's great. Just cash to go throughout diesel money.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the weekly bonus, that's what I said. You put in your nomination fee. And whatever division it is, whoever wins the most in that division, you get a paycheck, I call it a mailbox paycheck. You get home and it's awesome. So it covers that nomination plus. So
Rodeo of the Day, Corpus Christi, the Bug Days, I'm very fortunate to be a part of it. This year it's going to pay out $550,000. Yeah. One rodeo. Can you imagine that? When the NFR moved here in 1985, it didn't give away $550,000. Now we have a regular season rodeo that's paying out $550,000 at the American Bank Center in Corpus Christi.
Go ahead.
And that's what I said. They have several of these events throughout the year. You don't wait all year and go to one of these. Corpus is just one of them that they have, and like you said, over $500,000 payout. It's awesome what the WCRA has done.
And I think Cowtown Cowboy Christmas is going to be pretty awesome. It's the 14th through the 17th in Fort Worth at the historical Cowtown Coliseum.
You going? The ribbon for. There you go. 14th through the 17th.
And I think
you'll see some great rodeos.
I think it's going to be cool after the NFR is over. You know, even if you don't drink, even if you've never had a drop of alcohol, when the NFR gets over, I think everybody feels hungover. And you're sad it's over. This was like the height of the year, and the NFR is now over. But this way, on the 14th, there's 6 days, or 7 days. What?
14th through the 17th?
Yeah. 4 days.
4 days.
There's 4 days. Well, I was thinking 7 because RC said 7.
Shut up and take a drink.
Anyhow, 4 days.
Hope, do you want a beer?
I was just fixing to ask if those came
Get
with
her a
party
beer.
packs or not.
Get her a beer. Go Buckle. All right, Rulers, you got to slam it.
Oh, they didn't tell me that.
All right, let's get Will Loomis back up here, Jordan. We're going to have a guest beer slamming contest. Hope versus 2 6'6" guys, 7, whatever you are.
Beer slamming.
But Corpus is special. The building's beautiful. The production is awesome.
You're overlooking the ocean.
And what I love, the WCRA comes in, and that event was established, and they didn't come in and throw their weight around saying, we've got these guys, we want these guys. No, they work with the rodeo, and this is kind of away, obviously on production side. They work with the crew that was already there, i.e. Boyd, Paul Amos, Rump, me. So that's neat. They didn't come in and just do their own thing. They work with these committees, or if there's an established event, and say, no, this is your event too. And that's what I got the respect for them and appreciate. They kept my job.
And I really want to see somebody win the $1 million.
Oh, huge.
Because it's been so close every time, and it just hasn't happened yet.
I want to see somebody win it, but I wouldn't mind being.
You wouldn't mind being the person?
I wouldn't mind being the girl holding the check up one of these days.
You could do it, though. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
But here's the thing. According to your stats on what you've been winning, you're going to win $1 million pretty soon, even though it may not be at once. But, I mean, for as much money as you want. And with Breakaway Roper, at the first of RümpChät every day, I recap the Facebook complaints. With the Breakaway Roper during the National Finals Rodeo, they need to cut out the opening and have Breakaway Roper during the perf and this and that. So that's been the general argument. Why don't we have Breakaway Roper during the NFR? Blah, blah, blah. But I agree with J.J. Hampton when she said, let's get the money at $28,000 a round, and then we'll worry about the rest later.
Absolutely. And I mean, as a contestant, I know that we're working really hard at that, and we don't know all the limitations and everything that it takes, but we're dang sure willing to do our part. And as long as one day that if we get to rope for that equal money, I'm not too sure I care where we rope.
Exactly.
And the South Point did an outstanding job this year.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it was the bag number ceremony was great. Like, they did a great job, and it's getting there. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't love to rope with all these other athletes in the same venue, but if we can get to rope for almost $30,000 a round, I'll rope anywhere.
Yeah, breakaways, this isn't new. It's been around for a long, long time. It's just come a very long way in a very short time.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, and even in San Angelo, at the Fiesta, there was like 5,000 added the year before, and then when Blessed and Lip Chip come on and 50,000 in prize money and bonuses, yeah, I mean, 10,000 a round in the prelim, and then another 10,000, and it was neat to see all that money handed out. And I was very proud of that fact to have that with the girls, and I think, I probably could have done a little bit better, like getting the word out. Maybe I think black and white. I don't think not everybody kind of knew that that much money was going to be there, and 107 girls, and I think next year will be even better.
Oh, it's going to be huge. I think, like you said, I mean, I heard about it. I was there. But I think when people look at those sheets from this year and see the huge payout, you're going to might have to put a limit on it one day. I don't know. But there's going to be a lot of girls that show up.
Just open it up. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Because if you have a breakaway rope,
calves are expensive.
If you have a breakaway rope, you're going to have hundreds of entries wherever you go.
Absolutely. It's growing. That's what I said. I'm super thankful. I do give the WCRA a shout out, and I feel that I feel that they are the ones that have really stepped up. I know that there's been others that's had it, but I do, like I said, they've given us equal money, same venue, same rodeo, so it's been awesome.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that WCRA was the first to really include it.
Oh, I mean, I know the
Scott, is that right? I mean, you guys were the first to really include it in all your major events. Same year, the American, okay, yeah. But
they were equal money.
yes, you guys are equal money, and that's awesome.
And this was the first year.
I actually, I don't mean to keep bringing up Angelo, but it was funny. I actually got backlash. Some of the people were like, "Can't we split that money?" Some of them guys. I said, "Screw you." Them boys, they're fine. Them girls,
it's fine.
Everything's
fine.
Anyway, so girls got paid way more than the guys did.
Thank you.
This was the first year you could buy a Pro Fantasy Rodeo for the Breakaway.
Yeah, that was cool.
Do you have a regular Pro Fantasy Rodeo team?
I do not.
You do not?
I do not.
I bought in. I did not do it to get in the breakaway roping.
For the NFR?
Yeah.
I do have a team.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. We rented a house out here, some friends, and we stayed out here. We have a team for the NFR.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is your kids out here?
I don't have any kids.
No, way to do your research, dummy.
I was joking because she was talking about all the kids with Jackie.
Jackie's kids.
Yeah.
I love them like mine, but I get to give them back.
That's right.
Jackie has done a great job commentating in the Teton Ridge kickoff show. She's done a great job with that.
She is. She's really good at that.
Yeah, when we had JJ on last year, she was a hoot too, but I don't know if we'd put her on TV. She's like us. Every now and then we might say the wrong word.
Yeah, but going back to Corpus Christi, our Buck Days, our event, the rodeo of the day. Sorry, I couldn't get it out, but there's so much more to Corpus Christi. Like, obviously, we like the restaurants.
Yeah.
But it's a big event. Obviously, the qualifying rounds are in Robstown, just outside, May 6th and 7th. So got people. That's a steer open, I think.
Yeah,
and Senate payout.
Yep.
Yeah. There's just so much. I mean, there's they're bringing back the youth division. Sorry. I mean, you just got to go to the website.
Yeah, go check it out. Like I said, they give huge opportunities to ropers of all levels. Like you just mentioned, the youth division. There's a challenger division, a pro division. So go check it out if you want to be a part of that.
There is no excuse to me as a contestant. If you want to go win big money and not have to, like you said, wear your truck tires out.
You have to drive 1,000 miles on a brand new Dodge truck.
Because they make it so simple. And there's been guys get in. I mean, there was a guy that qualified in the bull riding that was older than Scott Davis.
Yeah, he did.
That's old. He was like 55, living his dream. Do you remember he was a truck driver? This guy was it was Buck Days last year. He'd lived his dream, and this was his bio. He was over the road trucker, and now he's living his dream, riding bulls. And that guy could have won $50,000 or $25,000 at the Buck Days Rodeo riding bulls. And not gonna lie, we were all a little nervous because he drew a bucker, and then he gets a rewrite because the bull stumbled. And we're like, oh my God, we have to go through this again.
Well, Frontier Rodeo.
Yes, exactly. Cover your eyes, but yet look.
Frontier Rodeo, 8-time stock contractor of the year.
Yeah, that's another, Frontier, you got awesome stock.
Everything is good.
The TV production, the screens are immaculate. Great video production. Well, and then you can also watch it all on CBS Sports Network, so which is huge, Cowtown Christmas is actually made on Christmas Day. So when you're sick of your family, you can get Breakaway and go watch good rodeo.
When you're sick of sitting by your Uncle Ed who wants to tell you the joke about pull your finger, slip off and watch the rodeo. Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, so
you know what I mean.
So what's next year look like for you? I mean, you just hit the ground running and just go on, or?
Yeah, why not? Cowtown is actually the first WCRA major that I'm not going to get to go to. But I'm not complaining this year. I get to take my family to Mexico for Christmas.
Oh.
So I'm going to miss that one, but we'll start back, and I'll be at Corpus, and that's where maybe I'll start my $1 million journey.
Yes. I'm going to hold you to it.
Okay.
I get to
We're
work.
going to have a cold beer for you, too.
I get to work Salt Lake and Corpus this year, so pretty cool that I'm going to get to be there for that.
Yeah. And then we're going to the Carolinas. Scott,
Oh, yeah.
Raleigh? October, going to Raleigh, right? Raleigh, North Carolina, a brand new major event that popped up this year. The great crew, the WCRA, Scott Davis and Casey, and
I got an
all the
idea.
gang.
How cool is that? Some of the places that we've gotten to rope.
Yeah.
Green Bay,
Yeah.
Kansas City, North Carolina. It's awesome.
I have an idea, and you don't have to say right now. But what about, Hambone, you might be on this too, the Triple Crown of Contract Personnel.
Oh.
If you clown 3 WCRA events, you get $1 million. So if I've got Corpus, no. But if I did 3 in a row, I'd like to win $1 million.
Yeah, who hires for Raleigh?
North Carolina.
Oh, you turned down Fort Worth? I was never even offered.
I turned down Fort Worth because when I get home from the NFR, I want to spend some time with my children.
And your liver wants to crawl in the corner and go to sleep.
I just hope I can make it out of here another year of walking around Vegas and the awesome night parties at the Mirage Hotel and Casino, which have been off the easy. Tonight we have Daniel Bradbury, by the way.
Ooh.
We've had Casey Donahue. We had Lainey Wilson. Glenn Templeton is coming this week, which he looks the same way at all times. He wears that bandana thing, but
Did y'all go to Laney?
yeah,
I
she
went
was
to
great.
Laney. That was awesome.
She was a great singer, and it was a fun time. So
she's hot.
We're hitting full stride right here on day number 5.
Day number 5. And we just want to thank the WCRA and all that they do in the support of us, because we love them, and their events are cool. And I just think the more money, no matter what it's from or who it's from, it's money in the Western sports industry, and that's what matters, because we're not going to go anywhere with the same mentality that we've always had. So we either got to push forward or die.
Yep.
So that's my opinion on it, and I'm sticking to it.
I'll stick right behind you.
All right, girl. Well, we appreciate everybody. The winningest athlete in the WCRA history, Miss Hope Thompson. Thank you, Hope. Thank you, Puck Days, Pro Rodeo.
Thank you, Hope. All right, let's give this ball to
Johnny. Big shout out to our boy Johnny. Johnny P. We love you down there, buddy.
Let's do a little trivia for the. Everybody y'all like a Pendleton whiskey?
Oh, let's talk about Red River Arenas first. Great new partner, Red River Arenas. They are. Do we know the booth number? We're gonna find that out. Anyways, they're up here. They're in the building. They're by their mom and pop operation. They make it. They can fabricate anything you want. Shoots. Panels. It's awesome stuff, and they just encourage you. You know what? Don't go to your neighbors. Go to your own backyard, where you're the boss. And then Manscaped.com. We'll RümpChät 20 if you need. Keep the lawn down and roll a buck of beer. Pete Carr Pro Rodeo. Pete's been having a great finals. His stock's amazing. Red River is in the booth 2218 upstairs, right here.
Yeah, stop by Red River Arenas and tell them that we sent you.
Just right down there. Just right over there.
Talk to Trisha. She'll make you a deal.
Trisha. So, go over there and see them. And our RümpChät merch, go see Jesse. Go buy a T-shirt. We've got kids. We need some money. I ain't got no money. I can't even go home.
So to give this Pendleton bottle away, we're going to do trivia. All right? If you can answer this question correctly, you could win this bottle.
Must be 21.
Must be 21. All right. Since the NFR has moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, how many different colors of chutes have there been, and what colors are they? Yellow's one.
No. Red, blue, and yellow?
That's correct.
There you go, sir.
Red, blue, and he knows. I did not see that happening that fast.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he knows. What year did they go yellow? 19?
You may tell me, Rodney, do you know? You don't know shit.
Oh, you know what else? Besides just a big bottle, 21 and up. I got some free, if you want some Pendleton here in the convention center, I got a couple free drink tickets. Free drink tickets. Okay, if you could answer this other question. You know what? No, just come hit me up if you want to. I would just give a couple of
That was a tease.
Well, I could.
There's also there's T-shirts up here.
Yeah.
They're women's. Those boys, you can probably fit it.
Come up and grab some free T-shirts, everybody.
We'll be back tomorrow, 11 o'clock, right here. Thanks. Thank you to Cinch for the hospitality. Stay tuned and watch the world champion announce bucking machine riding.